Hey, this is Aaron.
And Blake, we're AB Data.
Thanks for walking through this Alteryx Weekly challenge with us.
In this video, we're taking a look at weekly challenge 243, Odd Man Out. We have an Excel file that gives us long-term population estimates and projections for Latin America up through 2100. We're only going to use sheets labeled CAD01. We're going to try and answer 3 questions. Last year in which there were more men than women. What year was the percentage of men the lowest point? And then is there a chance that by 2100 there will be more men than women? So looking at the data here, we do have a CAD that is all population. We really just want to look at men and women, and then we can calculate our own total. So I'm going to start by changing the sheet here to the min file. I'm going to copy my tool and paste it down below to do the same for women. I know I could use an input or a dynamic input here, but that tool is kind of a pain. And since we only have 2 data sets, it's not that hard to use 2 input data tools. I see that the women have a similar shape to their file as the men do. So I should be able to just build this logic out one time and then copy and paste it. Now, I could start with the sample tool to skip a couple rows, but I'm not going to do that. Instead, I'm going to go ahead and grab a filter and knock everything out with one filter. So I'm going to start by saying where F2 is not null in order to really just get the information that I care about, but I also don't want this all of Latin America line item. So I'm going to make this a custom filter, and I'm going to say is not null for F2 and F1 does not equal America Latina. So we'll go ahead and paste that value in here, run our filter, and then look at the false side of the filter in order to make sure that things are looking how we want them to. I'm going to use a dynamic rename in order to let Alteryx dynamically rename my fields rather than doing it manually. So I'm going to take the field names from the first row of data, and everything looks good here, and I have a nice clean data table that I can now transpose. I'm going to grab a transpose tool from my search bar. I do want the country to be a key field. And now I've got nice name value pairs with my country as a key field, and I can join this min file to my women file. So I'm going to go ahead and copy and paste my 3 tools down below. I'm going to hit the run button again. This is my women file, shaped just like the men, and I can join these together based on country and year. So from the left, we're going to select country to join based off of. We're also going to choose name, which is our year. Let's go ahead and deselect our right country and right name. From the left, we're going to call our values population of men. From the right, population of women. We're going to rename name to year. And I'm also just going to go ahead and make it an integer to make the numbers sort a little bit easier. All right, nothing falls out of the left, nothing falls out of the right. 620 records look good here from each of our 2 data sets. Very nice. So let's try and answer the first question. What was the last year in which there were more men than women in a Latin American country? So I'm going to start by dropping a filter here, and I want to say where is our population of men greater than our population of women? And I want to look in the past. I'm interpreting this question based on the given answer to us that we also want to say where our year is less than 2020. So population of men is greater than women, and our year is less than 2020 is going to give us 130 records, but I want the most recent one, and so I can get the most recent one by using a summarize tool to group by my country and then find my max year. So it'll have a listing of the max year for each one of my countries. But then I also want to find the max year overall. in order to use a join kind of as a dynamic filter. So I'm going to find my max year also, and then I'm going to join these two separate outputs from my summarize tool based on that max year so that I eliminate all of the years that are not the overall max year. So I'm going to get a list of countries along with the max year, which is 2015. So I've got 7 countries listed, which came from my original 130 data points. I'm going to put a browse after this, add it to a container, and question number 1 is done. All right, so let's move on to question number 2. Within question number 2, is there a year, in what year will the percentage of men in a Latin American country reach the lowest point? So we want to find the minimum population percentage for men. So I'm going to start by calculating the total population. So I'm going to take the population of women plus the population of men in order to create a total population field. I guess I could have just found the men's population here, but this is a little bit easier to visualize, and I can use a multi-field formula to calculate the women's percentage as well. So I'm going to select the fields for population men and population women because they're going to be my current field. I'm going to divide them, or I'm going to put them over my total population. And then I'm also going to add a suffix. It's going to be population men percentage, population women percentage for my 2 new fields here. All right, so we can quickly and easily see where the male population is greater than the female population. Next up here, we're going to go ahead and grab a summarize tool, again like we did before, to identify the overall minimum population of men. So men, population of men, minimum population of men, and I'll join that back to my original data set. From the left, I'm going to look at population men percent. From the right, the minimum population men percent. I don't need that at all. I really just want to join based on that one value. And I see that it's El Salvador in the year 2035. So again, that's just a projection, but based off the question and the given answers, I assume that that was using the whole data set. For our last answer, or for our last question here, we want to see, is there any chance there will be more men than women by 2100? If so, in which countries? So again, I assume that this is everything in the future, so 2020 forward. And does the population of men, is it greater than the population of women? And our year needs to be greater than 2020. So the answer here is yes, but we want to find a summarized list. And so we're going to use our summarize tool yet again to just group by country and get a listing of the countries. Hit the run button. We can go ahead and add this into a container. And we are all set for today. We'll label this question 3. Have a great day.
Thank you for learning with us today. Good luck on your Alteryx journey.
For more information on custom training, managed service automations, and more, please visit our website at abdataconsulting.com.